40% return sounds too good to be true? Well, you might get lucky. Time for a little insight and action. We raised the question for this very reason right here. The S&P 500 up 9.5%, almost 10%. So you annualize that, gets you to 40%, right? Here's the key, and this is what makes it so tricky. Since 1900, there have only been 5 years when we have seen the S&P 500 or the Dow Industrial Average return at least 40%. 1908, 1950, 1928, 1933, and look at that, 1954. You got to go back to 1954 to find the last time we saw returns of 44%, which is exactly why Carter Worth over at Oppenheimer Securities, a technician over there, says, buyer beware. History has shown that when stocks become steep and uncorrected, there are risks to staying blindly long. So he looks at some of the stocks that have gotten overextended, like this one, Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines. Carter's very concerned about some of these names that have simply gone up too far. Look, 80% over the past year, and this is what really got his attention. Carter put together a whole list of names in his note this morning. Here's the 200-day moving average, that long-term trend line. Look at where we are right now. All right, you get stocks that far overextended, he says, buyer beware, you got to be concerned. Maybe it's time to do a little bit of selling. Let me share with you 8 of the names that were on his list where he said, it's just gotten too ebullient. These names have run too far. And look what kind of names they are. The safe stuff. Clorox, Campbell Soup, Flowers Foods, General Mills, Gilead Science, Hormel, Kansas City Southern, and Virtus. In other words, yes, it's been a great run, but you know what? To Carter's point, Trish, nothing goes up indefinitely. And if names like this are leading the market up to an annualized return of 40%, it's going to be pretty hard to keep that going.